Hi friends, we are Phil and Alex, and our youngest daughter just got done having open heart surgery. A few hours after being in the ICU, Cassidy started crashing. The team discovered she had pleural effusion, or fluid around her heart. We had been in Cassidy's room for just a few minutes when we were asked to leave, as the surgeon was scrubbing up. They had to open Cassidy's chest back up at the bedside to drain the fluid and put in another chest tube.
Shock. Yeah, I know. When you go back there next time, it's gonna be a little easier, I promise.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'll see y'all tomorrow, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Talk me through it. Okay.
So starting off the first 24 hours, one of the things that is a high risk is fluid accumulating around the heart, and that's what happened. So we have too much fluid around the heart, so it's having a hard time pumping.
Trying to heal the open. Just my medical knowledge is just trying to step in here and help you out. You seemed a little dazed and confused. I was, obviously because my NICU background of nothing.
So they're just going to open her back up and drain some fluid out manually because her chest tube isn't draining. So it was draining, I guess, the first hour. She was all cute and settled.
So it'll be about an hour and a half to settle him down. Probably a good time for us to go get some food. It's really easy to not eat.
I know, I'm not hungry.
I know, but you need to get a little bit of calories in you so you can be
She
strong.
looks so, sad. Oh my gosh.
Well, she's pretty drugged.
She is so puffy. If you would have given me a picture of her or had me walk in the room and say, pick which baby is yours, I don't know if I would.
Oh, I would have picked her.
I don't know if I would have recognized her.
Yes, you would have. She looked like her little cousin.
Yeah, but that's the only reason.
She looked just like her cousin.
Yeah. She doesn't look like herself. She's so puffy. And I know she's
And droopy.
And droopy, and
Yeah.
like the tape, you can't even see like part of her face, and
So hard to watch.
It's so sad. Oh, baby.
How great is it that they know exactly what to do?
Yeah. The pulling the fluid off to me is not the scary part. It's her blood pressure is plummeting. I hear them saying, get another epi. I'm seeing them push a bolus, like all the things that I'm like, I know what that is.
It's not just the operation that you're worried about going well, it's post-operation.
That's what I'm saying. I was like,
it's how does the body react to the shock?
but then I say that, I'm like, I'm so nervous of just like, how is she going to respond? And this is it. It's like, oh, how is she going to respond? And
She's going to be resilient and strong. She's going to be good.
yeah.
She's going to be good. She's going to be good.
We stepped out to get some fresh air and some food when we got a phone call that the surgeon was ready to talk to us.
We got kicked out. They called us and said the surgeon wanted to talk, so we are here. The surgeon's coming out, and then hopefully give us some good news. Here he comes.
24 hours post open heart surgery were difficult and scary. We found ourselves sitting in silence, watching our daughter on a roller coaster. We knew she was in a high-risk period. After months of preparing ourselves, we finally had to wait and see how Cassidy would respond to it all. Cassidy was intubated with a tube that breathed for her, as she was on pain and sedation medication, helping keeping her calm and asleep. She was on countless medication to keep her blood pressure stable and her heart functioning. She had an arterial line monitoring her blood pressure constantly, 2 central lines, 2 peripheral IVs to make sure we had access to give Cassidy medication, fluid or blood, at all times. She now had 2 chest tubes draining fluid out of her body. As a mom, all I wanted to do was hold her. but I just had to sit and pray for her body to heal. We kept quiet worship music playing, and we would talk to her, letting her know that we were here and she was going to be okay. Her blanket, toys, and hat that they provided for Cassidy brought some normalcy to the room as we just watched Cassidy sleep. She was being supported from every direction. She had a tube breathing for her, medication to help stabilize her, and pacing wires to keep her heart beating at a certain rate. The room was filled with life-saving equipment and amazing staff. We knew Cassidy was in the best hands. Cassidy remained intubated longer than expected. She wasn't stable enough. She ended up being diagnosed with delirium. She would become agitated and start thrashing in bed. They discontinued one of her sedation meds that could be making it worse and started her on another. Also, her pain medication was not as effective, so they switched her to another. They gave her extra medication to help her calm down, and after hours of fighting, we finally found a combination to make her comfortable. We got through that first night. Over the next day, Cassie was getting medication to help stabilize her, including medication to keep her blood pressure up. However, even with those medications, her blood pressure kept dropping. Cassie's room would fill up with a bunch of backup as they were helping stabilize her. It all felt surreal. Was this real life?
Everybody. We had a below average evening, and right now they're just trying to figure out her pain tolerance, her medicine, and kind of the plan forward. She is connected to so many different wires, on so many different medications, obviously feeling very swollen in the face. She doesn't even look like herself right now, but our number one goal is just to get her to feel comfortable right now. She's having a really hard day, and she had a very hard night, but that's kind of to be expected coming out of open heart surgery. So if you guys haven't gone to social media, that's kind of where we're publishing most of this stuff kind of live. Not looking forward to going home because it means I don't get to be with her tonight, but I'm very excited to go home because I miss Kinsley and Callie. Currently, they are doing this. They are sweeping out the barn and hanging out with Grandma and Grandpa, and they're thriving and doing really well. Not missing us much. Kinsley's expecting all of us to be home like in an hour, because that's just how 5-year-olds think. Well, they'll be home soon, so miss my fam being a complete unit. We'll be here for probably a little over a week at least, just making sure that she's got good leak-free heart movement. Anyway, let's get back to it.
One of the scariest moments was when they got a cranial ultrasound to check Cassidy's brain. Her hematocrit had dropped, and because of her unexpected behavior, they wanted to make sure they weren't missing anything. After what felt like forever, the results came back, and Cassidy did not have any bleeding in the brain. The bleeding was just from the surgery, and a blood transfusion helped bump her up back to an appropriate range. We made it. We made it through the first 24 hours. Because Cassie had that hiccup of surgery at the bedside, She was still doing amazing for everything she had been through. It was just going to take a little more time to recover. But even so, those 24 hours were up, and it was policy that only one parent could be at the bedside. After some emotional goodbyes, Philip packed up his things and got ready to go home.
Friends, I am so stinking bummed that I have to go. It is so much better to go home today to the girls knowing that Cassidy's had a much better evening. She's doing a lot better, getting a little bit more alert. The cocktail that they put her on has been really, really helpful. She's the best. She's the perfect one for this. I think I'm gonna serve my family best by being at home with the girls. And so I'm heading home. Wish we could be all together. Can't wait for us to all be together. Hopefully I can come back in a few days and maybe switch place with Alex. It'll be good to kind of switch off. This is what we say, teamwork makes the dream work. And the dream is just taking care of our kids and doing it together with joy through the hardship. And so just wishing that we, in some way, shape, or form, could add something to your life and bring blessing and joy to you and peace. And we do that on our end by creating these videos and showing you that it's okay to cry, it's okay to have hard days, and it's okay when you feel frustrated to just cry out to the Lord and just say, I'm lost and I don't know where I'm going, but I just need you to take me there. And so it's good to celebrate the good days, and it's good to grieve the bad days, and it's good to find positivity in it all, because there's so much to be grateful for. So I'm grateful today that I get to go home to the girls, that Alex is here, and Cassidy's doing a lot better than she was last night. We'll just be praying from afar that she continues to have an amazing evening. Okay, I hear them. They need me. They need me to kiss my daughter goodnight.
So just a quick little goodbye. We got our first 24 hours with her. So she got back from surgery, and we got 24 hours to be with her together. But now it's back to just one parent. So
I can miss you. You better switch with me one of these days.
I'm glad she's doing better. Sometimes they would be extubated by this point. She's just kind of walked the fine line today. So.
Bye, friends.
You had me at hello, 'cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too. You can ride all the blue. I wanna do what you want to.